Hello everyone, welcome back to another realistic park video. In this one we're doing Majungasaurus. So Majungasaurus lived 70 to 66 million years ago during the late Cretaceous. It actually lived during the KT extinction event. So it lived in northwest Madagascar and it lived by the coast, and this made me have an idea of actually making a coast because I just think that'd be kind of interesting to do. So I thought we could create a little coastal area just to reflect where it lived, because back then Madagascar was still an island, still pretty much in the same place it was 66 million years ago. Let's get started really. Now I don't want it too big obviously, because I don't want it to take up too much space really. We have deep water at the back. So I've got some photos here of what I kind of want to have as the coast. Okay, so I think we can bring this down. I think that's quite an interesting shape, and it makes something a bit different because all these are like rivers going straight down the middle, river going straight down the middle, but this one is just one big river. But this adds something a little bit different. So I was thinking to do some sand dunes, but they do have them in Madagascar, so I thought let's try and add something like that. Oh, I forgot this section here. Let's add that. Yes, hello. I see you. So should I keep it like that or add a bit more sand in? I think maybe a little bit more, and I can have a bit more room to blend it in. So before I started recording this, I did have a go at trying to make these sand dunes, and I couldn't really find a bush that kind of matched it, although there was a couple that did sort of make sense. Like these I think might look good. You don't want the ones with flowers on because that just doesn't make any sense. So there's also some nice rocks here that I want to try and replicate. So let's give that a go. So with the magic of editing, you guys can just skip until I got all these rocks along this edge. Alright, there it is. Now I tried to kind of follow it like that with the image. Did an alright job. I think it looks quite cool. I might come back to it and change a couple things. But for now, I think that's quite nice. So much like these here, I'm going to raise up the sides. Not by a lot. So here I'm just sort of adding a couple changes in the height. You don't want it super flat, you don't want it really bumpy either. So to create the texture, we're going to use some patches of cliff here. Just lower the intensity all the way down. Well, maybe a little bit more than that. Just like that. There we are. And keep doing that all throughout it. So I've left out this part as well because this cliff is going to have its own texture. And maybe just add a bit of beach along the edge. With a bit of rock to break up the texture a little bit. And we're also going to use this rock texture to blend in these, because at the moment this does not look good at all. Now you don't have to add to it, you can just sort of go over it a little bit if you want to. But it just makes those edges less sharp. So you can see this side I haven't done any blending, this side I have. And it does look a bit better. It's still more blending to do. We've got other things to add as well. And if you think, oh, maybe I've done a bit too much rock, you can always go back, add a bit of more of the dirt in. Okay, so you now want to take the beach texture and paint that in as well. You want to do this one a bit less though, because it's quite powerful. So something I'm going to add now are little bits of water. Now don't worry, I'm going to make these a lot smaller. So my thought is this is just leftover from when it's previously rained or on a big storm and it's sort of dried up. Just like that, and then go on with the remove tool. Just remove as much as you can. Yeah, so it's literally a tiny little puddle. Just remove as much as you can. Now go in with the beach, turn up the intensity a bit, well maybe not quite that much. And just surround it in beach. Now, why would you do this? Because it kind of looks like it's sort of dried up, and this would be like the salt being left over from the, you know, when it's really stormed over, and there's a bunch of spray from the sea. That is sort of my idea with it. And I did a similar thing over here. This was meant to be sort of like salt flats. Just using sand, but yeah. I think it ends up looking kind of like it. Okay, so now let's add some little rocks. I was using temperate before. Yeah. Now you want them really, really small. Place one down. Scale it as small as possible. And duplicate it. And now make sure scale is off, but rotation is on. And now it can rotate. And just place it down, really random, you know, it really doesn't matter. You're not going to see this from afar, you're just going to see it up close if you go down to see your dinosaurs. So just place it as random as possible. And now get another rock. So let's use that one because it's quite an interesting shape. Small as possible, and then duplicate it. Alright, I think that's enough. And that just adds, yeah, just have a couple of little rocks every now and again, it's nice. Okay, so I have a selection here of all the plants and stuff that we're going to use, but I came up with these sort of props instead of using the typical brushes, because they just add things that I just don't want. Like this one's nice, you got some ferns, but it just puts so much grass in. Not looking for that, so I came up with my own. And if you're wondering which exact plants I used, I'll put up an image on the screen so you can just follow along with that. Pause the video, take a screenshot, and then you can just follow along. So we're going to use this tree for the first one. And you want to make sure this one goes fairly close to the water. Make sure you got random scale and random rotation on as well. We're going to put less of these not close to the water, so the biggest trees are going to be the ones nearest the water. Make sure as well to use different types, just because it makes it more realistic, I suppose. And this one's a little bit smaller, so I can put this one a bit more inland. And then there's smaller one, copy that one, put that one there, and then the really small one, that can go just sort of there. So this tree, we're going to put this more towards the back. This is like going to be like our mainland tree, so it doesn't like being too close to the coast. So you can just keep it back here. And again, make sure you use the different types. Okay, already that's looking nice. Two different types of trees. It looks good. If you go over here, you know, I did add a couple, but I think doing it yourself and doing it with all these props, it takes longer, of course. But I think the end result is just more interesting. Obviously it's nowhere near done yet, we've still got a lot more to do. So this is going to be our main tree. You can put this close to the coast, further away, it doesn't matter, everywhere this one can go. It's a nice bushy one, so it fills up a lot of space. Now the other sizes, make sure to use them like before. I quite like keeping them a bit close to the others. Hey, so future Ben here. While I was editing this video, I realised that it's way too long. It ended up being like over an hour long. And I don't really want to make a video that long, so I decided to split the video in half. This felt like a good point to kind of pause it. So in the next video we'll do some more of the foliage and some more landscaping as well. I do think the next video will probably have a bit more to it, so it might be a bit longer. I'm sorry I had to split them, it just didn't want to make a video that was over an hour long. I'm already halfway through editing it, so it'll be out within a day or so. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.